I mean, before I was addicted to drugs, I was addicted to shopping. And my mom needs me, my dad needs me, and it's a selfish drug.
I grew up a ward of a court. I'm 8 years old. I was a ward of a court.
Oh, really?
CES freaking literally gave up on me. I ran away when I was 15. They never even freaking came looking for me.
All right, here we are, City Hall, Hamilton.
This stuff has been left or abandoned by some of the people that were staying here with us. Obviously, City Hall understands that we are homeless, and they have gone somewhat lenient. We've been granted a number of park locations that we are able to tent up, but
they want
one
you
of
guys
them is
out
on Barton
here.
and Tiffany. It's called the Compound. The radiation that comes from those grounds and stuff is like impeccably stated high. They want us directly on the radiation and stuff like that to make us sicker than, you know, what maybe a narcotic user would go through when being sick off fentanyl or crystal.
Have you overdosed before?
12 times.
12 times, wow. How does that make you feel?
Good in the moment because it's peaceful. It's a chance where I found peace where I couldn't find it otherwise and where I'd given up, but my brother just had his first kid. She's beautiful. Her name's Naomi, and I was granted the chance to become an aunt, and she needs me. And my mom needs me, my dad needs me, and it's a selfish drug. But once you get hooked, it's really hard to tell that person to change their lifestyle, to come off it. And
it's not easy, but you know your family needs you and they love you, right?
I have the opportunity to go home to my grandparents as long as I do what it takes to get that help as far as my recovery goes, and that comes in time. Obviously, I just want to finish this fight here with my family that's outside of my blood genetic. So
I feel you. Well, I'm sending you
this
strength.
is not my stuff.
I'm sending you strength and love, all right?
I do appreciate
Praying
that.
for you, all right? And how old are you and what's your name?
I'm 24. My birthday just passed on the 3rd of March. My name is Alyssa Hope. So
happy birthday, Melissa?
Alyssa. My granddad called me Melissa my entire life because his first granddaughter's name's Melissa. So
and are you from Hamilton?
Born and raised, yeah. I have moved around, but I always find my way back here. It's like a sucking hole, like a black hole. We always find our way back inside of it. I get it. I wouldn't want to have people living on my property as far as City Hall goes if this is the way that people were treating it. But we were given instructions that everybody was going to go out as one and to make this place a fucking garbage dump.
I've been looking out for you, so if you look up, you'll catch one of them looking outside.
Hey, my name is Jeffrey McCabe. All right, so this was a protest encampment started by Angela Voss. I came out here, I think on March 11th. I was going to family court and I met the people here. They had medical services, they had the hospital coming out, they had CAMH out here, we had paramedics check-in, we sent some people home to their families, we got people in the hospital that needed treatment. Last week at some point, the city served us an eviction notice, trespassing notice, and we're now being evicted. But they're playing nice for now, and throughout the week, everybody has to go for the tents. But the police officers told me, please protest. We just can't live here. So that's our mission moving forward. And I'm just a volunteer. I'm 40 years old. I live in my mom's house. I split up with my girl 3 years ago. I've been trying to live with her and try to make the best of it. And it almost took the best of me. Yeah. I entered treatment on January 24th. I think I'm like 60. I got out March 9th from the treatment facility. Thank God I was one of the lucky ones that got treatment. I've been clean for like 67, 68 days. And I'm just here trying to help everybody, including the police, including the politicians. Everybody's been super nice, except for I haven't seen a city councilor out here once. That's my thing.
And so what's the eviction process? They're letting people do it on their own?
So I always assume that the police are gonna come and kick this place down. Mm-hmm. I did make contact with a few of the officers. They actually have an encampment task force in Hamilton now because there's so much encampment around the city. This is a small sample size. These are the people that were willing to come sit on City Hall in front of cameras. There's cameras everywhere here. right? So these are the people that really want help. There's encampments all out through the city. I grew up here, man, east to west, it's everywhere. So they have encampment officers that know the rules. So they are trying to find them new places outside to go. They are trying to work with them. They do have social workers, but we just don't have enough resources. The police don't have enough resources. The city doesn't have enough resources. I've seen the Good Shepherd out here. I've seen the Salvation Army out here. I've seen volunteers. I've seen kids from MAC. I've seen churches come out here. Everybody's trying. We just don't have enough resources to deal with the crisis at hand. There's people living in tents across, I think, our whole country right now. But it definitely, I can only speak on what I see in Hamilton. I grew up here, man, in Stony Creek, and they're full of tents. There's homeless people and unwell people all over the place. And we're told it's our fault because we chose to do drugs. I don't believe that to be the case.
He was
Affectionately called
Babu
Father.
and was revered and addressed as Mahatma, great soul. When asked about his message, he said, "My life is my message." City of Hamilton. Look at this.
Wow.
They print this, but then they don't. They go. This guy represented the poor and everything else. The peace, nonviolence, and social justice.
A little bit hypocritical, don't you think?
Right.
That's my boy Gandhi.
Take a picture of that sign. Right
We're gonna
there.
protest. This is where we
Gandhi.
should do it, right beside Gandhi. You think they'd hurt us beside Gandhi? It's my boy right here. Tell the city we here. That's what I'm saying, man. I've seen officers give help. I haven't seen a city councilor out here once. They scared. If you want to go to protest, we'll go to Toronto too. Go see Doug Ford. I'm down for all that. Memory of the victims of the 1994 genocide.
Killed in 100 days. LA. Oh, that's in French.
Yeah.
You remember?
So yeah, we got some history in this city, man.
You know what I mean?
They post this on here to look good, but they don't want to fucking follow
we protest for ourselves, our own Canadian selves, and they tell us that we have to go. A protest, as long as under Canadian law, as long as you notify them you're protesting, it doesn't matter if you're living or protesting, because protesters stay 24/7, all night long, all day long, in tents. Usually they have big barrels of fire and stuff like that, so they are notified about our protest. So where does the bylaw have the right to kick us off?
Do you have a message for the people, bro?
For the people, I think more and more people that have jobs and homes and stuff like that should realize that we're not all what we're stereotyped as, and come down here and protest with us instead of letting them just kick us out. Like, you know, as Canadians, we promote peace and equality and everything else that is said everywhere, you know, for everybody. Like, you know, we have refugees and people that are illegals that climb through Niagara Falls somehow, and they get rented hotel rooms for 3 months. They just renewed their 3-month stay, and there's 40,000 of them.
There's empty buildings all over this fucking city.
Meanwhile, we're out here freezing in tents and stuff like that, and they get hotel rooms, a shower every day, a bathroom to use. You know how hard it is sometimes to use a bathroom out here? I tried to use the bathroom on Barton Street the other day. The lady told me that, "Oh, sorry, you can't use the bathroom because it needs 20 minutes to be cleaned." I find out from the next old lady who comes in and wonders why there's a huge lineup for the bathroom, that, oh, if you just leave your bags here and stuff like that, we have a lot of overdoses in the bathroom, which means she stereotyped me because I was carrying bags and didn't look as good as everybody else. I still ordered my coffee. I was still a customer. I still had a right to use that bathroom.
Facts. I'm surprised there's no porta potties in this park.
No.
They wouldn't provide them. They're not allowed to have
We're
them.
allowed-
Nobody, you know, we're allowed to go in there and use the bathroom, but nobody wants to go in there and be judged by the suits. You know what I mean? So it's tough.
I walk in all the time, like, you know what I mean? I think the mayor should be like, you know, at least come down here and face off with us and talk to us about what the hell is going on. He hasn't said a word. I haven't seen him on TV. I haven't seen him nowhere.
It's Andrea Horvath now. It's a woman.
Andrea Horvath, and she used to promote homelessness and shit like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would like to go. I would really like to go and talk to him and be like, yo, or her, and be like, what is going on in our city? Why
It's not normal.
Why can't you give us the same things that refugees are getting in one of our top tourist spots, like Niagara Falls? where about 1 million people are bound to be showing up this weekend for the eclipse and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, and half of that revenue is being held up because all the hotels are rented out to immigrants, illegal immigrants.
Which is fine, but we're refugees of our own fucking city, man, right now. I'm one step away. I stay at my mom's house. I'm 40 years old. You know, I'm out here because I can relate. My dad's been out here his whole life and I don't really know him, so I got a big heart. And in my sobriety, I want to give back, and I'm just trying to learn how this community works. I'm pretty new to it, so I don't know everything. These guys know better than me, and they've been teaching me, man, because they know what it's like out here.
Everybody deserves a fair chance in Canada, whether it be a Canadian that's down on his luck or an immigrant that comes over here and gets, you know, what they get to start up businesses and stuff like that. Like, you know, where was my business startup or anything like that? Where was my help when I needed it?
Facts.
I grew up a ward of a court. I'm 8 years old. I was a ward of a court.
Oh, really?
CES freaking literally gave up on me. I ran away when I was 15. They never even freaking came looking for me. And then I found out that I could get all these different things from them. They never even told me that. I never had a lawyer to advocate me as a child or nothing. So at the end of the day, the court was supposed to take care of me, and they still didn't do it. They let me fall through the cracks and be a drug addict since I was 11 years old till 43. And it was only because of, well, living like this that I finally was like, yo, I need to get clean because I can't live like this no more. I'm used to having a home and stuff like that, even though I was a slumlord that I lived for, but like I had a home.
At least we knew what we were getting with those slumlords, you know what I mean?
The problem was, you know, my girlfriend got sick of all the fighting with the having our roof fall in and our windows not being fixed, our heat and stuff turned off in the winter time, and nobody helping us, even though it's all labeled by the city and stuff that the guy was a slumlord. Nobody helped us. When we went to the tribunal, they didn't even give me a chance to get a couple weeks to warn my girlfriend to give them evidence about me being kicked out. I found my girlfriend hanging in my front room.
Sorry to hear
Later,
that.
I was kicked out of my place because of the tribunal. Because they wouldn't even listen.
That's too much for a human to deal with right there.
For a slumlord that then I got ordered to pay her rent and my rent.
Nah,
So $20,000 to a guy that never even shoveled the friggin' snow in the wintertime. We had heat for months.
yeah, man, that's not easy, bro. You haven't had it easy, and I feel for you, bro, and I'm sending you strength, man. You know, stay strong, bro.
I'm just tired of people falling through the cracks in the holes in the ground. You know, it's like hitting a friggin' pothole in Hamilton. You know, all this money goes into tax money, this and that. The lowest of the low get the lowest amounts of money to get themselves back up, while the rich just keep on getting grants and friggin' business loans and business this, and it's
Yeah, the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor.
You know, the carbon tax, good for that, but you know, it's not us that do all the pollution. It's big companies that are like pounding smoke in there. Like, go look at what the Fasco and stuff does at nighttime. You can watch the flames shoot out and all the smoke billow out. But what happens is they pay more money, so they make more things expensive for us. So we can't even live an equal life to anybody. You know?
You're a smart guy, bro. You see what's going on.
It's sad. Some of the first Russian immigrants. Right here, migration. Come forth 100 years of the settlement of the Ukrainians in Canada, presented to the city of Hamilton by the Ukraine Canadian Congress Hamilton branch. So we have all this to take care of all these people. All look at the rights of all these things.
The
What do you
LeBron.
want to sell we get the property?
You gonna sell these?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Nice.
Like, the lowest card that I have is $60.
That's good.
Not for me if you charge that much, because then I can't buy it.
It's the view from the main street, right in front of City Hall, Hamilton. Eviction notice to City of Hamilton. City Hall officials. List of violations. Failing Hamilton citizens. Underfunding housings. 14+ year housing wait list. Displacing community members. Destruction of people's property. Failure to comply result in audits.
Being a drug addict is not a crime.
And it's depression.
Are you guys all from Hamilton or
Yeah,
not?
born and raised.
Can't be on film. Though.
No worries, I'm not filming anyone, just the audio.
Hamilton has done nothing for us since this new mayor came in. She screwed the NDP. Now she's screwing Hamilton.
I heard no city councilors have come out here.
None.
They don't care.
They don't get any coming to talk to us. Poor people are people too.
They stop bringing in more immigrants.
Take care of their own homeless before they take care of other people coming across our border.
Facts.
That's our good jobs.
Close the borders.
And housing that we desperately need.
I'm sorry, that's a little heavy duty right
We're
there.
out here when
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true though, unfortunately.
that was pretty much.
No, it's not a racist issue. It's a government issue.
It's nobody's fault but the people bringing them in.
You should not have to wait 10 years plus
cater
for
to-
suitable housing.
To new people coming across the border,
But
they
we
don't
get
cater
nothing.
To what problems that already still lay at their
I've
doorstep.
been on the streets for 2 years.
Yeah.
Me and my dog.
Well, yo, I'm praying for all you guys, sending you all love. Thank you. Thank you guys for sharing that with me.
Have a good evening.
All right, peace. God bless.
God bless you, sir.
No one in Canada should be living on the street ever.
Agreed.
This is crazy what's going on in our city.
And so, what are you doing out here?
Well, I'm supporting to lower the costs of living in Canada. So these are people that are seniors that have worked their whole lives, you know, paid their taxes, and someone dies, a spouse dies, and like one man that comes down here, he told us he was going to be homeless in 2 days and he wanted to know what happened, what he could do. And the police services outreach told him he's allowed to put a tent up at Bayfront Park. They won't touch you if you put a tent up there. All these people should be in a house or apartment or some kind of housing. They need medical attention. A lot of them have mental health issues. A lot of them have health problems, physical health problems, and others have, they're all homeless. And they've been on the streets for years. Hey, Jeff. This is my buddy. I've known Jeff since he was a baby.
No way.
Yeah, I was raised with her daughter. We go way back.
Oh, cool.
We out here. Love, hope, faith. Please help us. Please. Anybody who sees this, we need help. Everybody needs help. All of us got to do it together. I love you, man.
Yeah,
Love.
let's get together, guys.
Thank you. What is the status currently going on here?
So we're trying to get people to a safe spot where they're not going to lose everything to the city. We've been given multiple notices to leave. So today, this morning, they were here cleaning things out. They were actually throwing out some people's stuff. And they told us that they were coming back tonight to remove everybody that wasn't here. So we've been taking people in U-Haul and relocating to sanctioned areas. You can see there's still a lot of people still here, although we have moved quite a few. We did get word that we can have one more night. That could be tomorrow morning, could be tomorrow afternoon. I'm not really sure, but I really just don't want all these people to lose everything that they've gained. Yeah, essentially if everybody's still here and they're not ready to go, like you can see some of these people have a lot of stuff. They're gonna have a certain amount of time to get everything and go. So the things that they can't.
So who's paying for the
gather.
U-Hauls?
So actually Lindsay Jennings with Incarcerated Voters donated money to us, and
Shout out to her.
yeah, she's awesome, she's amazing. So that helped pay for it. Darren Collect got some money together as well, and yeah, also money for food that's on its way. So
Cool.
yeah, so
And last question, what was the overall goal of this encampment?
So initially it was a protest. It was only supposed to be a few days waiting for the vote. And then we all know the cyber incident happened. Vote didn't happen. And the camp grew, which just really goes to show you how many people are experiencing homelessness in this city. Like the people that we initially started with, a lot of them were sleeping on stairs and in just cubbies at Jackson Square. And we were able to provide them with tents and stuff. And yeah, it's grown into several people, several tents. So really, I think that we did get a good message across. The city had to see, like a lot of these people had to really see what's going on, see what these people are experiencing firsthand. And
So could I say the message is basically that there's a housing crisis?
there is a huge housing crisis. There is, I mean, everybody's feeling the cost of living. Like, so for me, I think the biggest thing that I always think about is any single one of us is a few bad months away from being in this predicament. Like, I read somewhere, somebody said, like, what was it? All of us are a few bad months away from being homeless, but none of us are a few good months away from being rich. So, which is just so true. Like, these are people. These are just people, just like you and I, and they deserve to be treated like that. Like, nobody wakes up and chooses to be homeless or to have to live like this.
Or deal with addiction.
Exactly, yeah. And it's, you know, they just need to be shown kindness and compassion and given a chance, really. Once you're down, it's really hard to get back up.
Facts. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Whatever you do, bro.
My name's Amanda.
Amanda, where are you from?
So I grew up in Greensville, just outside of Dundas, which is technically part of Hamilton, but at the time it was not. My tent usually wouldn't be this messy, but they gave me 10 minutes notice. I was down there, and they gave me 10 minutes notice. They said that people were doing wedding photos outside City Hall, so they wanted to pick up my tent with everything in it. And I was like, no. So we had to move it all over here, and then we knew we were moving in 3 days.
Wait,
so
you had to move your tent for a wedding photo op?
in front of City Hall, and then like our tent wasn't even in the way, and it seemed kind of fake, to be honest. But anyways, so like I've been homeless for the first time. Like I'm 35. I've been homeless since I was about 27, on and off, right? My boyfriend and I, we had an apartment for 2.5 years through the Wesley Housing Center. That was during COVID. There's a lot of housing programs during COVID. The owner of the house, he came in with a GoPro camera on, like, or a big like camera. Another man, I don't know who he was, and he came in and he said, "Oh my God, look at this disaster in here." And I said, "Listen, bud," I said, you know, the only 3 things that we've caused was someone had thrown a rock through one of the panes of our living room window, not both panes, just one. They changed the fire escape to automatically close. He went out on the deck and forgot and had to break the kitchen window to get in. And there's one more thing I can't remember, but there's holes in the wall, there's mice, there's cockroaches. When we moved in, there's big mounds of dirt. I think they had just done the roof. The plunger for my toilet was the bungee cord, right? Like, it was just, he was kind of a slumlord, right? But it was $1,500. We had our 2-bedroom, a big deck to ourselves, 12-foot ceilings, really nice old Victorian home. So like coming off the streets, it was great. But so he came in after 2.5 years. Well, first they tried to give us a fake N4. We moved in August 2020. They gave us an N4 saying we owed $17,000 from January of 2020. So 6 months of time we didn't even live there. That was the property manager that was doing that, who was about to get fired. And then yeah, so this guy came in. He said, "Listen, this is what's happening. You can either sign this paper today, you can live here for 3 more months, and I will pay you 3 months rent, which would be $4,500, and you can move out, or you cannot sign the paper, and I'll have you out of here in 6 months anyway," right? Because he wanted to renovate it. We ended up signing, right? I still to this day don't honestly know whether or not he had the right to do that, or I think in the end, I think it would take him longer than 6 months, but he probably would have got us out of there. And they did end up renovating it. That was February of last year, 2023, and we've been homeless ever since. And since then, it's just been like, it's a lot different than before when we were homeless. Before, things were a lot calmer. Now there's a lot more people. We stayed at Woodlands Park at Barton and Sanford. During the 4 weeks we were there, there was 4 stabbings, 4 tent fires. I woke up, my tent was set on fire. I was doused in hand sanitizer with candles around my tent. 2 cars drove around the park trying to hit people. There was a shooting. I can't even I don't even know what else. Like, it was said you're from Toronto. Have you heard about the protocol in Hamilton? Okay, so I wish I had a copy of it. I can probably find one on my phone quickly. So the protocol is what they came up with to deal with the housing, because they declared a state of emergency in Hamilton, right? Of the homelessness issue, and their way of dealing with it was so like there's men's shelters, right, where you can have a bed as long as you don't miss it. You can go back the next day, and then you can line up for overflow. Women, there's there's CAP, which has 25 beds. You line up every night, or Willows, where they have women who stay there, and then they kind of go over the max capacity because of the cold. But then there's like really long-term care, like the Women's Y, where you stay there for like 2 years. Like, you know what I mean? The men and women's shelter system in Hamilton is very different. And so their answer to the cold was like the warm bus, which was an HSR bus that drove around the city from I think 11 at night until 6 in the morning. And it literally, like, I don't know, for a city to think that they can just put homeless people on a bus and move them around and that solves the problem is really backwards to me.
We need more housing, affordable housing, maybe more addiction outreach, and a treatment available sooner, and detoxes available sooner. Also, the shelters, a couple shelter would be huge, immensely, supersonic huge.
Because couples are always getting separated, right?
And of course, we're going to stay on the street so we can be together, right?
My name's Risto, and I've been on here now about a year. I had a really nice life before. I was abused as a child. So I used drugs to try to numb my pain. There's not enough help for people like myself, and it hurts a lot too. Luckily, I put my family, my kids through school, and I didn't really mess up until after they were grown. You know, I thought I had it blocked out, but I didn't. I need therapy, and there's not enough outreach, like she said.
Yes.
This doesn't define me, you know, it doesn't define her.
Maybe like some sort of more access to counseling, and then like some sort of like they have housing for, well, they did for they had a drug program for housing, and that shut down in the weirdest of ways and closed down in 95 Pest in that whole block, which is like the worst block of buildings in Hamilton. There could be some changes made there, and it made that much better.
Where's the damn city councilors at?
Yeah, right.
Here for us. They just leave us to die. Man.
They just look through the windows?
People are dying.
He's right. What he just shared with me broke my heart. Like, he cried. And our addictions all stem from something. They all stem, and then the housing comes in place because then the addiction takes the money. At the end of the month, we have money for one day. Like,
say that one more time. Addiction stems from something. Can you explain that?
Addiction stems from something. It either, like, there's, and I mean, before I was addicted to drugs, I was addicted to shopping. Before, and then at one point I was addicted to even saving money. Like, you know, I used to have a beautiful life and a pretty side too.
Well, you still look beautiful if you ask me.
Thank you.
No
You're too
problem.
kind. But
It's telling the truth.
Yeah. Absolutely. You
Nothing
too, you're a
to
good
get
looking
you
dude,
everywhere.
man.
I'm 51 years old now.
51.
man.
You look young for 50, I can't lie.
51. But the streets,
feeding yourself, man.
they turn you hard, and it's all these people. All it's doing is it's turning us hard.
The people that really matter, that can get things done for us, are just leaving us, they're dashing us away.
Yeah, like the city councilman, like, you know, get out of here, get out of here. So where are we gonna go to next? Like, there's gotta be a spot at least if we don't have the housing and you don't got shelters for us, that we can pitch up a tent, as long as it's suitable tenting and there's a porta potty. Like, so we're not pissing and shitting behind every tree.
You don't have nowhere to
Cut
go.
that part out.
The rain, pouring rain, like, my husband's been missing since yesterday morning, so I've been having to try to accomplish this by myself.
Are you trying to move out of here within the next 24
yeah,
hours?
I don't know where to go because I don't know.
Are they just trying to tell you to go to a different park or something?
Like, that's what I've been hearing, but then I get out and every tent is still up. And
What I'm being told is there's 24 hours basically.
so
That's what I'm being told.
They said that before.
They said that before?
Yeah, like how long, like, sorry, I haven't slept for days, I'm just exhausted.